What's going on, everyone? It's B. Avery. I'm kind of sad. I'm upset. I'm a little frustrated. It's Welcome to Derry, episode 7, titled The Black Spot. Lamont, if you had to guess why I'm upset, why I'm tripping, why I'm discombobulated right now, my mind is wondering. I mean, I'm all over the place. Like, I just called your name and I'm still talking. Like, I don't know what the title of this episode should be, like White Demon Devils. Um, you led me on to let me down. I'm pissed the hell off. I don't know, man. What would you like? The episode was good, but it hurt my soul. I for multiple reasons. I mean, damn, they like F these kids. They don't care. There's anybody can get it. Man, a woman, boy, girl, older or younger. What you think, man? What you think about episode 7, The Black Spot?
Wow. Best episode so far. It was a roller coaster ride. The writers did a fantastic job on this episode. The only thing I wish they would have done was given a couple of more KKK members a little bit more justice because the one that got justice wasn't enough.
Not near.
But but besides that, they did a great job with this episode, and I'm glad we got one more.
Yeah, man, and it's gonna be a doozy. And I almost forgot about this. Like we had a lot of tragic deaths in this episode, and just like again the cockiness, the arrogance, the audacity. With the way this episode ended, just like, oh yes, we're gonna do this, and I'm trying to prevent a civil war. We're gonna talk about it, of course. Great episode, sad episode. But it starts off 1908. 1908. And I have a question, man. How old is Mrs. Kersh, Ingrid Kersh? It's 1908. And how old do you think she was as a little girl during that time?
Probably 10. So Miss Kersh got to be 60 at the very least.
Yeah. Because there was a 1908.
Yep.
And in the present time that they're telling the story is 1962. So that's
Yep.
54 years right there. So I guess if you add
Mhm.
10 to that, 64. Okay. I guess that kind of makes sense. But I'm like, man, they kind of mess up the math. But we see the origins that of Pennywise, the dancing clown, as he's performing in the circus. He's doing his dance, he's doing his number, he's pretending that somebody died at a funeral, and he's mourning, and everyone is extending their condolences. Those kids did scare me when they ran up on stage with all the balloons. I thought they was about to attack him. I don't know why they felt it was okay to do that, but I guess that's how they got down in 1908. But we got the origin of their relationship, man, as why Ingrid Kersh is so attached to her father, Miss Periwinkle, which was the name of her mother, who is no longer with us. Um, I did like this. I imagine when we get a season 2 or season 3, they're gonna, dive much deeper than they did. Of course, Pennywise is over there drinking on the side with his flask and gets taken to a cornfield and all of that. I'm talking a lot. Now it's your turn though. But yeah, how did you feel about the opening? Miss Periwinkle, Pennywise, the clown, and all of that we got at the very beginning.
A little too long for me. I've never been a circus fan. I think I would have rather them just jump to maybe he did one set, then you go to him backstage with the daughter. Just get to it. Like I was saying, this is stereotyping, but I'm doing it in a joking manner. So don't nobody throw no knives at me because I got a set of Ginsus myself. Black folks want that circus. You look at all them kids and want not a Negro at the circus because we know that there are terrible things that used to be in circuses back before we had regulations. Terrible things. And clearly, something terrible happened to Bob Gray. And, the conspiracy I had was that he made a pact with the entity that we call it. And come to
Hmm,
find out, that's not what happened.
okay.
Um, but I didn't really care for the circus stuff. He was up there dancing around like a fool on some lava. So, I could have done without so much of that and gotten a little bit more of something else.
Okay. I got you. I mean, it was long, but I didn't mind it. I did appreciate just, because they've been kind of teasing this, all season. I think the first time it popped up was in episode 3, where I don't know if we knew there was baby Ingrid over there at the time. But yeah, she's been seeing her in 1908, 1935 with Mabel last episode, and of course, present time. And also, she did show up in It Chapter 2. Can't wait for you to see that yourself and, let me know your thoughts there because I'm pretty sure people are down to know. Every video we drop, y'all need to watch the movies again. Yes, we will get to it. We will get to it. But I didn't mind it. They had a decent relationship at the very beginning. She just wanted to make him proud. Hey, show me the bow, and she would bow down. But it was interesting. The little boy that came, like, hey, I can't find my parents, and then you hear a scream, and then he's like, "What is that?" And she's like, "Oh, that's my mother." My response would have been like, "Wait a minute, that's your mother? I thought you said you couldn't find your parents." But, I guess, Bob Gray cared at that moment in time and, fell for the banana in the tailpipe.
You know that was Pennywise, right?
Of course. The some of the little boy?
Yeah, the little boy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And,
yeah.
the temporary form, that he took on before, he took on the clown because he was like, "Children are fond of you." Pennywise was like,
Hmm.
a very interesting thing to say. Yeah, so,
Yeah. And then you notice he was kind of stalking them sitting in the tops of the barns and stuff, looking at the show from afar, that type of thing.
yeah,
Um, like I would have just wanted a little bit more of that, less of the dancing clown, what may happen. But I do like um them showing us that relationship with the dad, and they show how sad she was when daddy never came back.
right,
That built that up, but that's all I really wanted from that scene.
yeah. They found his, handkerchief with blood all over it, and they thought it was wolves. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I guess what they swallowed the body. But I thought the intro was pretty cool. But Lamont, at the end of episode 6, it was all
Mhm.
holly jolly honky dory. They're dancing, having sex on the dance floor, hugging, kissing, booty rubbing. Rich is over there playing the drums. People's like, B, you gotta pay attention, man. He was in the band early in the season. I still think it's just weird that, they approach them like that with no questions asked, like, well, y'all are kids. What are you doing here? Offering alcohol and stuff. But they there was a white mob outside, man, a white supremacist mob. And the reason why when we started this video, I said you led me on to let me down because Lamont, you don't know how nervous I was. I'm pretty sure you do know when those white people with those guns and masks showed up outside.
Mhm.
Like, oh man, this is not going to end well.
Mhm.
But in this episode, seeing all of those black people stand together, band together, and hang, oh my gosh, you pissed me off. I'm like, man, if you don't sit your butt down and be quiet and stay in the back, the way that Holleran came out there, like, oh no, this is just a rec center for military personnel. Y'all have the wrong idea. I was like, yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. Lamont, I was excited, man. I was crunk. We ain't used that word in 25 plus years. Ain't that something? That's how I was feeling. And when they pulled out their guns and the confidence that they had, the dude at the front didn't even have a gun. He was like, oh, you look at that. We got guns too. Only difference is ours is government issued. Lamont, I hollered. I was like, hold up. Hold up. Black people, yes. Yes,
Wakanda forever.
yes. Wakanda forever. All of that, man. Your Second Amendment rights. You have the right to bear arms. You can get your black people, get strapped up. Okay. Protect yourself. I was loving it, man. I'm gonna stop there. What was your thoughts going into this? How was you feeling? Like me or
When I
complete
s-
opposite?
no, I was like you, man. I want to shout out a couple of people that watched the trailer breakdown that became subscribers of yours and mine, who kind of let me know some things that was I got right in the trailer, not knowing because I haven't seen the series. But when I see scenes like this on any show, any movie, it gives me flashbacks because I'm from the country of Aden, North Carolina. And my grandmother and me stayed together in a very small home deep in the country by a bridge, and there won't no nightlight. And several times did we have white people circle around our yard. My grandma would throw me in the trunk in the closet, lock it up, and she'd get her shotgun she called Susie and go stand at the window. And so I was shocked that what they did in the end by locking them up and burning them, they didn't do that first because that's what they do in the country first. They don't come in your house nicely or bust in and shoot you. They burn you out. And if you survive the burn, they'll hang you. That's what they do. And so that gave me flashbacks of that. And when the black people whipped out their guns and they told Hank, nah, bro, we got your back. I was saying to myself, yeah, what y'all gonna do now? It's more guns versus y'all. But I also said to myself, be able, y'all can't let these fools walk out of here with their weapons. I said that. I said, you cannot let these clowns walk out of here without their weapons and without demasking these buffoons. And then one of them even had the nerve to tell his niece, nephew, daughter, get out of here. And I don't think they noticed that there was some other white kids in the building because look, they came after Hank because they assumed he killed some white kids, right? Well, are we going to see this same level of vitriol and justice because you burnt a building down and a white girl survived? Are we going to see this level of vitriol and y'all know what y'all did? No, we're not. We're not because they treated us as two different people and sadly behavior we see the same behavior to this day.
Yeah, man. Um, it broke my heart. I was like, who wrote this? I don't want to see this right here. I'm thinking that the black people are gonna shoot them their way out of there. And as soon as they left, one thing no, I will say this: I like the way the camera was zoomed in on the mask too, showed the dude's fangs.
Mm-hmm.
White devil, white demon devil, and it's like not only do black people have to fight real life white supremacist devils with shotguns and sawed offs, you got to fight real demons too, like It the Clown, all at the same time. I mean, we can't get a break. We chilling in the little shack, mind our own damn business. I mean, yeah, you okay. Some children were murdered. The bodies are gone. I can understand you upset. Okay, but for you to and you go around looking for the person, I would go around looking for the person too. But burning down a building, locking people in the building, and setting it on fire and shooting anybody that just tries to come out, that's just evil. That's just evil. And it sucks. I can deal with It the Clown demons because I know that's not real. But this
Mm-hmm.
is. So it was a very uncomfortable watch for me to be honest with you. I mean, they just getting picked off left and right. I'm like, damn, who approved this? Like, we got one more episode, man. I hope that anybody that did survive, I think it was 23 people dead, 17 military, the rest were children, something like that. I hope they get their lick back. It's supposed to be some type of massacre. So I want the black people to come through and mow all of these evil white supremacist demon devils down. That would make me feel better. Uh,
Sadly, my brother, not to cut you off, I just don't want to lose this train of thought because there's 2 points. As you mentioned, what black people have had to endure, we're enduring white devils and real demons. We also seeing in this same sequence us having to endure a rigged justice system that treats us like a demon because Hank didn't do what they said he did.
right.
And on top of that, he can't get a fair trial. Not to mention Mrs. Kersh is the one that set him up. I told you about that.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, I've lived through what just happened. And I want you to think about this audience and be Avery. Every time black people took scraps and made soul food, Or we took scraps of cities and made them black meccas. Tulsa, Wilmington, North Carolina. There's one of these cities pretty much anywhere in the United States. After Reconstruction, the white people would come burn our shit down because they can't figure out how us, who are not supposed to be equal to one man, we're supposed to be what, 3/8 of a human being or some shit like that, how we was able to do what we did with their rules and laws and do it better with less. And instead of getting your ass out here and working, you want to come burn our shit down. You don't have nothing to show for it other than you happy we ain't got nothing. And sadly, behavior, that's what we see in our politics today.
Yeah, my voice cracking, Jesus. Unfortunately, black success or progress will come up with, that's like white failure, so
Mm.
um but I was thinking like, okay, how could they have gotten out of this situation? Because it was immediate. As soon as they went outside, I don't think 10 seconds went by. Halloran had one line of dialogue and they was already, boarding the place up. I think it was Hank or another soldier, military guy, ran over there and tried to open it. So they acted fast. They knew they was going to burn down that place, before they got there. So what can we
Hmm.
learn from this, black people? If this ever happens, I'm dead serious. Okay. One, yeah, stay strapped. They did that well. But if you're ever in a situation like that, party's over immediately. I mean, they was trying to get out in the first place, but we gotta follow them outside. And everybody out, we leave them when they leave them. When our guns are up, we're not ever putting our guns down until we're in the car, and we're away and we spread out. It sucks, man. Like, and then you had Irene in here as well. Pennywise is going after everybody. Like, hey, come with me. There's a way out. She was grown too. You
Yep.
know, Holleran is seeing dead people. While this is, I mean, he getting shot, burned up, and seeing dead people all at the same time. Let's start off. Ronnie, she's seeing crazy stuff too. And Holleran, he's seeing dead people and one of the Native Americans in her bear rug outfit. I mean, it's crazy, man. Ain't nowhere to run. Everything is hot, and we ain't even got to Rich and Margie yet. But I mean,
Mm.
you have any comments there?
Fantastic writing. You did a good. I feel like whoever wrote this probably experienced it the same way I vividly remember experiencing this as a 10-year-old when it happened to me. Um, I love the way they just showed how brutal human beings can be, really for no real merit. Fake merit is what they did. And Holleran seeing visions of dead people, but also seeing visions of dead people that are helping him. I thought that was well placed because the Native American helped him understand how you can get people out of there. And a part of me wanted to kind of give them some criticism because it seemed like the only people that survived was the main characters. And I wanted to criticize that, but I
You
guess
can.
what they'll do, well, no, because there's going to be some other survivors. They can get away with just saying that the camera focused on the main characters while the other people figured out ways to get out too. But it would be hard to do that because if Rich didn't get out, and if you didn't get out with Holleran, how the hell did you escape? You didn't. And shout out to our audience, B. Avery. Like I said, they followed us through the trailer I did, and they let me know that Rich was going to die because something happens to Marge in the book where she names her child after Rich.
Yeah, I heard you, man. We're different though. Yeah, maybe I need the full context, but I know it's a trailer breakdown, and you having fun with your predictions. But if somebody would have told me that, I would have been upset. Like, no, don't tell me Rich gonna die, but he dies, man. And I forgot, Lamont, that these kids are not immune to death. I mean, I should have known that with episode one, with the way
Mhm.
they was thrown around like rag dolls. But I was like, whoa, is Rich really about to die? Because he's like, hey, kids, come, Halloran talking about, hey, kids, come this way. Let's go where the refrigerator was in the ground. And the roof is caving in. And he puts her in some type of ice box. I'm like, whoa, Rich coming through,
Bro.
saying it with your chest.
I
Talking
mean,
about,
talk
"Hey,
about
baby, I love you." Do you remember that time the pigs got out and was running around? And I remember you was pretty this day, and I had a crush on you. It was my first day of school, and hey, I didn't. I'm if I'm ever gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you now. You know, I want you to know how I feel because this may be my last chance. He kissed the ice chest like
yeah.
what? Mother, open the door, please, Rich, please. I'm like, wait a minute, man, this is serious. Like,
And
whoa. Go ahead, bro.
shout out to the score because they was playing the music in sync with the way the emotions was going. So shout out to the music team that put this together because when it got to the part with Rich, there was a moment where you're thinking he might survive until that
Yeah,
music hit. You was like, oh shit, he's a goner. He's done. And the way he went out, my man Rich went out like a damn G.
yeah.
Okay. He went out like a gentleman. G. Chivalry is not dead. That man got black, cold lung for the love of his life. And they ain't known each other. They haven't been dating each other but for 48 hours and they in love already. So much so this boy sacrificed his only begotten life so that this one-eyed girl can keep thriving.
I don't know if y'all can hear that, but trying to get some type of applause. But yeah, man, shout out to Rich. And I thought he survived too. But then, they showed the aftermath with the firemen coming through and it's just seeing who survived, scoping the area, and he just sitting there like what is going on? It was in slow mo and like Honda and the music and the ash was falling down. I'm like, he had his eyes open. I'm like, wow, they be killing these kids, man. This is crazy. And then Ronnie and Will ran back in there and they traumatized, because they got to see the body. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Um, but before all of that, though, before all of that, they show the white supremacist demon devils outside, listening to their evil ways of burning black people to death and shooting them. All right, ain't nobody getting out of there. They're cooked. And Mr. Kersh can't get out of there. I stumbled over what I was trying to say. His car won't start. Car won't start. And his wife Ingrid comes dancing around the corner like a dumbass with her it costume on. This is me. This is who I truly am. Like,
She came around, she was periwinkle. She's,
man, yeah.
I really wish she would have told her husband that she slept with a black man just to
Oh,
rub it in, just to dig it on in there. But
would have been nice.
it is what it is.
I didn't even think about that. That would have been nice. And he was like, this is how I want to express myself. It's like you're gonna be black or blue if you don't get home and take off that makeup or whatever he said. Because apparently he beats her.
Yeah.
The daddy shows up, or what she thinks is a daddy, and chops off his head. It takes her a little too long to realize it ain't her daddy. But Pennywise was scary right here, man, with the makeup and everything. Just even when he was in the house, he was like, "Hey, what's wrong, Ronnie? Do you see a face on my face?" But yeah, he eats her head, man. Why didn't that scare her? Why didn't she just start screaming like, "Ah!" What's up with that?
She's in a state of delusion. Like
Yes.
she is really in such a delusional bubble. It When people get in a delusional bubble, be Avery, facts don't matter to them. As a matter of fact, people shun facts. It takes a real life altercation to shake them out of a delusion. And that's what she wound up getting from Pennywise. Um, and I want to shout out the young black lady that Pennywise killed inside the trailer, inside the burning spot. We want to pour some look out for her because she didn't need to die because of this bull jive. And I didn't feel bad for Miss Kersh. I wish she would have got her death a little worse than getting her soul sucked in by the light entity. I wish she would have got a little bit more gruesome death because everything that happened at that black spot really is her fault if you
Well,
break it down for what.
she didn't die though. When they were showing the aftermath, they was carrying her away on the gurney, and she looked possessed, and she blinked. So I don't know what he was doing to her, um, because she didn't die. Maybe she's paralyzed or she's a vegetable now. I don't know what I mean because that was a interesting little gesture he gave her. What do you think he did? Because he didn't kill her.
I think he done some kind of connection to her soul or something, because when his mouth opened and you saw the light, that is the entity. It is not a it is a being of light. So just think, folks, if lightning could turn into organic creature, that's what it is. It's light. And it takes the form of whatever it wants to. And it's got these crazy psychic powers. It can connect with you like Jean Grey. And I think that's what it did with not only Miss Kersh, but our boy too at the very end.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, man, it's I was laughing when they was taking her away and she was all cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but then we got Charlotte and Hamlin popping up, man, and I know they want to give Goodwill a whooping. He always in the wrong place at the wrong time. I would have whooped the man. I'm glad he didn't talk back though. You could have got killed. And he's like, yeah, I'm sorry. So, but yeah, this was horrible, bro. This definitely did make me uncomfortable. So after Hanlon, is with his family, one of the lieutenants does come over and ask him to start hollering at Hanlon to talk to. He asked Hanlon to talk to Halloran, and Halloran is over there. And he's not good in the head. I feel sorry for him too. Man, this is me. He said, "You're all right, brother." No, no, I'm not all right. Okay, I'm losing my freaking mind. I want to go home. This I'm not cut out for this mess no more. Um, the f- I to see what I'm trying to say is in the last episode when we saw Halloran, he was frustrated. Like, okay, I don't want no part of this. Y'all got this fugitive, in my rec center. You're gonna get us all killed. But then early on in this episode, when the white supremacist showed up, he didn't care about that. He just showed so much confidence and resolve. But then now to see him like this, to where his brain is leaking out of his head, and he's still seeing dead bodies. He's like, I can find the pillars and the eat creatures asleep, and we got to follow this Native American over there. Again, it just made me uncomfortable. Am I tripping, or do you feel somewhat the same?
I mean, the way these shows make people feel is subjective. I enjoyed it. I thought it was just compelling TV that he told Leroy last episode, if you make me dig any deeper with these dead people, it could really mess up my brain and scramble it like an egg. And that's what it's done. And now that it's happened, he's hollering. It's just like, look, I might as well go ahead and try to use these powers for good, tap into everything these dead people can tell me. And did you notice how the people that just got burnt up was sitting there right with hollering, talking to him as he's looking over there, the Native American child that saved him? I was just like, ain't y'all some mess? I enjoyed it. Compelling TV. This was a good turn in the right direction for Holleran, because he kind of had been like a wild card, and you understand his plight. Like I said, his brain is scrambled like an egg, but at least he's trying to go out doing the right thing.
Yeah. You think Hank's gonna make it out of here? He's over there to the side, hiding behind a tree, and the kids leave Charlotte over there. And eventually he dresses up as Mr. Hanlon, the husband. What do you think is gonna happen to him? And you think he's gonna make it out, or think they're gonna catch up with him?
No, he's getting out of there. Now he's in the hand of Rose, and they're trying to get his butt up to Toronto or Canada or wherever they's going. And the best way to do this for him is just ship him from Native American tribe to Native American tribe until you get him to Toronto Native American tribe. That's how you get him across that border. And I think he's going to get out of here. I don't think Ronnie is going to get out of here, but I think Dad is going to be able to get out of here, and we'll see where it goes. One thing that I noticed this whole episode until the very end We didn't see a whole lot of lunatic Lily until the very end, and that was striking because remember she still got that shard herself.
That's true. That's true. I forgot about that. Um, yeah, she did get the news that Rich was dead. She's over there locked in a room. So I guess the beef between Ronnie and Lily is over. I don't think we'll see them arguing anymore. Because they did just lose somebody. Do you think it was wrong for Charlotte not to allow Rich to go over there with her, with Marge and Ronnie to give the news? Because she was like, "You ain't going nowhere. You're staying here." Do you think she should have let him go?
Yeah, might as well. Might as well.
Really? I,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm with her on this one, man. I would have made the same decision. Like, you're not going nowhere, because he was happy at first. Like, oh, but did you forget they said that the creature is asleep now? She was like, the creature is not what set the fire. It's these people. They're the ones that's evil. I'm like, damn, you can't argue with that right there. You're black and you're a little boy. They literally just tried to kill you. They didn't care. Like, you're not going anywhere. So I'm team Charlotte with that one right there. But that's just me. Do you think Charlotte is not an imposter? You think she's imposing at all? I'm asking
No.
the way she just showed up at Rose's. Well, she did try to call,
Mhm.
but the way she just popped up at Rose's house, like, "Hey, I want to drop somebody off over here." Cool with that?
No, I'm cool with it because Rose said she owed her a favor, so why not? I mean, this is a big favor, and I don't know if Charlotte knows the full details, but Rose knows there's some crazy shucking and jiving going on in that community. She knows it. And so if there's anybody that can be down for helping Hank, it's definitely Rose. And I love the way they wrote that into the story full circle. And I can't wait to see how this battle goes in the finale episode.
Yeah. We also had the natives meeting too, and it was like, "Hey, the augury is over with. The creature is asleep."
Yep.
They was going over the body count, 27, I
Mhm.
think. Old school was just like, "Well, I guess I'll see you shitheads another 27 years." Do you think they could have did more? Because one guy was like, "We lost 17 young souls." Another woman was like, "Man, we know this is gonna happen every 27 years, and this number of people still die. All we can do is watch." And Rose is like, "Hey, we do whatever we can, as much as we can." Do you believe that, or do you think they should be trying harder?
Man. The humanity in me says they should try harder, but break that down into a single family, a single tribe, and considering the history of what the Native Americans and their heritage have been through, who could blame them for wanting to do more? I mean, some people in their situation would say, "Hey, let the thing go." If the Native Americans in this show had the same attitude as Killmonger, Killmonger would let that fucker out to go kill the white people. But the Native Americans they just want to be left alone. They just want peace. And they could do more behavior. Let's just keep this thing real. Like, you've got them closed in. Why not inch the shards closer until you really get them closed into like a small square footage? You know what I mean? Get those 13 pieces and start inching them in closer and closer so you cage them even tighter. Something like that. They could do that, be Avery, and then you would do more than just save Derry. You could, save the whole community and keep him in one block.
Well, I hear what you're saying, and I know that's what Hanlon said at the end, but I think that over the years, when he kept, killing people, getting more victims, that increased his strength, and he was able to go past the pillars just a little bit. And I also think the influence is going through the waters and in the sewers and influencing people that way. So, um, but that still doesn't mean that closing in the pillars more won't help. I don't know, but that's a good question. I know I'm pretty sure there's some experts out there hearing this that can break that down for us further. So y'all let us know what you think. But Hanlon also just didn't give a damn, man. Like, no, let me go back. Like, why can't you just leave stuff alone, Lamont? F around and find out. Like, hey, let's go against what the Native Americans have been doing for the past 300, 400 years and open up the door to where the demon lives and throw away the key. I mean, I don't care about orders. There's just some stuff I'm not going to do. I'm sorry. I quit. I'm not going to open the door of a demon cage. I'm just not doing it. And Hanlon was playing around. He pulled out that pistol by himself. What you think about all that, sir? What you think?
I loved it. I loved it. Black man going against the grain, you know, going against superior officers for the betterment of humanity. Like we need more people doing that. Fuck what my superiors say. Do what is best for humanity, and that's what he tried to do. Because be able, what are they? What are they going to accomplish by burning up the shard? They about to think they're going to make some adamantium weapons or some shit. What are they going to do? They going to make some spears, some bows and arrow bullets. What are y'all going to do by burning that thing up?
Yeah.
Um, I'm all on Team Leroy for that, and I don't think Leroy is going to die in this episode. I hope the guy that Shaw told to kill him, don't let him get off the base. I hope his ass gets killed.
Me too. That's the dumbass that shot at the other Native American in the sewer just because he
Right.
ran away. Shoot at the person, your God, your tour, your lifeline, the person that knows how to contain the demon. Shoot him. No reason. Just stupid.
Right.
Just stupid.
Just
And like, why, even if you do want to let the demon out to spread across America, the fear, and you have your little purge. Like, why destroy the key? Why destroy the cage? And instead of just opening it up, you want to burn the cage down by destroying it, or at least attempting to. It's just moronic. I mean,
I
like,
think they're trying to make weapons behavior. Like I was joking about adamantium, but I really do think they're trying to make weapons with it.
leave it where it is. Okay, they trip.
Exactly.
Just leave shit alone. I'm not trying to dig up artifacts and the mummy and resurrect the tomb and all. No, leave it alone. Somebody put it down there for a reason. Okay. I mean, some stuff. Anyway. I hopefully I'm making sense. But again, man, leave a little black boy alone. Is Rich? Well, I'm not Rich. Is what's up with Will, man? I'm not afraid of you. Leave me alone. I know who it is. And prank phone calls, and it is prancing up on top of his refrigerator with a bloody mouth, possessing Will. I'll leave a little black boy alone. I want Rich. I want Will. I keep saying Rich. I want Will to make it. I want Will and Ronnie to grow up and be a married couple, if not good friends. I'm nervous, Lamont. We got one episode left. What's going on with Will, man? What's going on with Will?
Bro, I have no answers. Maybe Holleran can use his shining ability to not only break Will free, but possibly break free Ingrid. I don't want Will to die either. And let me just say, this damn it, man. You talking to him on the phone while your ass is posing on top of the refrigerator, prowling like a cat with your bloody mouth. And now that they done burnt that shard, you have been released. You're not even sleeping for 27 years no more. Man, I want justice, B. Avery. I want all them KKK members to kick the bucket. I want General Shaw now to kick the bucket. I want Rose to handle General Shaw. I want Rose to handle General Shaw. And I want Leroy to end the commanding officer that's about to come and try to end him, in
Yeah.
all that. And I want to see how they're going to try to contain it now that that shard is possibly destroyed. They're going to have to get Lily's shard,
Yeah.
and Lily's going to fight them back trying to get hers.
I like it, man. I like it. I want to keep my expectations low, but I that would be nice if we see Rose get the General Shaw. We see Hanlon get the dumbass with the trigger finger, and then we see all
Mhm.
the white supremacists meet their demands as well. And hopefully, it can get a couple of two pieces or something like that. But yeah, man, good episode, man. But it still broke my heart, made me sad. So
Yeah,
uh, it is what it is. Are those your final thoughts, sir?
that's my final thought. Good show.
Yes, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we want to thank you so much for tuning into our Welcome to Derry episode 7 recap. We will be here same time, same place for the last episode of the season. Look like it is titled Winter Fire. If you are watching this on my channel, please subscribe to Lamont's channel. If you're watching this on Lamont's channel, please subscribe to my channel. Link to all of that is in the description box below. Well, guys, we just want to thank you again. And before you go, don't forget, I'm B. Avery. That's Lamont. And that's just our opinion. Peace out. And we'll see you next time.